Let's talk about community. You know, the people behind those oh so important view and subscriber numbers. Thinking about your subscribers as the human beings they are is incredibly important on YouTube. Why? Well, first of all, YouTube as a platform is designed for social interaction. Liking, commenting, sharing, these are all super social activities, right? Community building is baked in, yet so many creators overlook the fact that these are activities they can be doing too. Another reason that thinking about your community is so important is that you can turn your community into a social army of promoters for you. If your community likes you, or better yet, loves you, they're going to shout it out to the rooftops and convince their friends to come check you out too. Next, a healthy community can be a content barometer or focus group for you. If your viewers are coming back regularly and begin feeling really invested in your channel, they're going to give you incredibly valuable feedback about what you're doing and what they like, and maybe what they don't. And lastly, you want to begin thinking about fostering community because, well, community is going to happen with you or without you, and you really want to make sure that you're involved in shaping that discussion. Now, let's dive into what the YouTube community is all about and how you can successfully connect them. We'll tie in our community principles from Patrick Hanlon's book on primal branding. So I mentioned that communities will happen regardless, and that's partly because of human nature. In the book Primal Branding, the author explains that this is because deep down, everyone wants to belong, to find a like-minded group of people who can come together for a common topic or cause. And big marketers have capitalized on this innate human need to belong for years, and they've learned how to use a few simple truths to create brand zealots. What's great is that we see these principles in all of today's top YouTube channels. I'm going to show you 5 strategies that these channels are doing to develop those strong brands and communities: creation story, creed, leadership, rituals, and language. Creation story. Your creation story is powerful. It's the story about you, what life experience contributed to who you are and how you actually got started on YouTube. What does creating a YouTube channel mean for you? Tell your fans how you got started. By sharing your creation story, your fans now have an opportunity to learn more about you and see if they can relate. Viewers are so much more likely to return and support you once they can relate to your story. Let's take a look at a couple of creation stories and see how these folks got started. Do you know who these guys are and maybe part of their creation story? We know today that these 2 guys built one of the most zealous fan bases in all the world. And what about this YouTuber? Do you guys know him? Yeah, Shay Carl. He's one of the most well-known YouTube vloggers out there. He got started with a video blog about his life and his family, but one day he decided to let his fans in on a personal struggle. He told them about his desire to lose weight so that he could keep up with his kids. Instantly, many of his viewers felt like they could so relate to this story that they signed up to follow him on his next endeavor, which was a weight loss channel. Today, across these many channels, he has the most loyal and sustained audience on YouTube. So think about how your creation story can enhance and make the experience more relatable to your viewers. What were your humble beginnings? You know, your creation story. Give it some thought and tell me in a comment below. Now, we've talked quite a bit about why it's important to have a strong personality, a strong personal interest, and a story that you want to share with your viewers. If you want to build a strong community, let's take a step back and think about what your viewers want and how they feel. One of the most important aspects of developing an inspired and sustainable community is making sure that your audience has something they also believe in, and that is called your creed. Give your fans a higher meaning when they come to YouTube, you know, something more than just checking out a video that their friend sent them. When you think about what inspires you, make sure you define what you are all about. Is this the community for bringing together like-minded burrito fans? Or do you believe that dance is life? Well, D-Studio sure does. Let's watch a clip from the very first video D-Studio uploaded onto their YouTube channel. Wasn't that inspiring? This video literally told the creed of the channel. They told viewers that a magical world of dance has arrived, a place for all kinds of dancers to join in on the community. Let's break down what exactly was communicated in this video. First, they told us that it didn't matter where we lived, what kind of dance we did, that this was our home. That dance was a form of expression, and then they totally understood that because these are our people too. They literally said, now technology makes it possible for all of us to be together, that this YouTube channel has arrived. And this is how D Studio built Creed for their community. I know I was inspired, and I'm not even a dancer. When you're passionate about your topic and when you or your host shows this on screen, your inspiration can transform into leadership. A leader can be a literal host or personality, a group with a consistent voice, or a figurative authority. Now, this works incredibly well on YouTube. In fact, I would argue that while a lot of people are subscribing to channels they like, most people are subscribing to personalities that they like. So consider finding a way to showcase authority or leadership on your channel. In the case of Science Channel Vsauce, Michael Stevens is the host and a very clear leader. But when he spun off Vsauce into Vsauce 2 and 3, to build a similar type of leadership, each new host now speaks in a similar cadence, has a very similar disposition about them, and a systematic presentation formula, and the viewers can similarly relate. With this consistent voice, Kevin, Jake, and Michael built together the Vsauce brand. You know what else communities latch onto? Rituals. That is there some repeated element that you can do in every one of your videos? Something that your fans can come to expect and look forward to over time? Let's take a look at Jenna Marbles. Jenna uploads a video every Wednesday and discusses a new topic each week, typically in the form of a rant. But the ritual she performs is at the end of each video. No matter what the topic of the day is, she always retreats to her bedroom to talk to her two little dogs in a very silly little dog voice. It's very personal, and although it's almost always unrelated to the actual video, people stick around for it. Her fans love this ritual, which takes her very little time to produce. Can you identify any other rituals performed by your favorite YouTubers? Finally, let's look at the type of language you use. Being conversational is one of the quintessential hallmarks of YouTube. But for many of today's top YouTube creators, being conversational isn't enough. Many of them have something more. They've developed a new language with their audiences over time. This means having special words or lingo that make those viewers feel like they're insiders. Let's take a look at the words on the screen. Yes, they're a little weird, but do you know any of them? Dong, muscles, glasses, Romo bomb, how about baby tard? These words are just downright strange, and many of them are not what you think. But if you know any of them, then chances are you're a part of some very special communities. Do you know any of these words? Go ahead and tell me in a comment below. So let's recap. 1. What's your creation story? Find a way for your fans to relate to you personally. 2. What about your creed? What do your fans believe in? What brings them together because of your channel? 3. Remember to use your passion to create leadership on your channel. Who is driving that ship? 4. For icing on the cake, add some rituals into your videos. Unique aspects of you that your fans can come to expect. And 5. Make fans feel like an insider. Think about some lingo or special language that only your fans would know about. These are all elements that can help you build your community, your strong social army of promoters.